All right, everyone, listen. I know it was bad. I know everything. Oh, my God. My camera looks horrible. And, Barack, you were not wrong. I literally got back like maybe an hour ago, and I had to get all my stuff ready. But it doesn't matter because we're here right now, and my camera still looks horrible. There we go. It's better. Welcome to the Season 4 Selection Show. It's been a interesting hour. Got everything back in my room about 15 minutes ago, and got in the suit, got the cams ready, and here we are. It's selection show time. We're going to give out bowl games, awards, all of them, even including the in-game awards. I simmed it. I went ahead and simmed, and I got all the awards. There's going to be opportunities for me to mispronounce things like always, because I don't know how to pronounce half of the awards that are given out in the game. So that'll be fun. There better not be any clips, and I know there will. So anyway, like always, I'm going to come sit down over here. As you can see right there, there's our brackets. 6 teams will hear their name called tonight, and then we will have, for the first time ever, our first 2 outs to show the first 2 teams' outs. As always, though, for the experience, coach cameras tonight, we've got 7 coaches, including myself. You can see myself right up there in the selection show. Monarch's supposed to be here. I don't know where he is. Gage couldn't do it. Anyway, we're not going to delay this much longer, and since there's not a lot, I've got a piece of paper I got to go grab that's got all the awards on it. There's like 17, so I'm going to go grab that real quick, and we will get this started. Here we are. Awards. All the awards that are won in the RFCL. I've got the ones we voted on, as well as the ones that were in game. 4 pages of awards. We are going to start with the stuff in game before we go to the voted ones. Maxwell Award winner. We've got finalists of Parker Howe from Central Arkansas, Jason Hoffman from Jacksonville State, and Nicholas Copernicus from Space Force. I don't know what we're laughing about. I'm sure it's something I did. But anyway, winner of the Maxwell Award is Parker Howe. That is the first award winner. We're moving to the Walter Camp Award winner. Same finalists pretty much. Actually, it is the same 3 finalists. And it is the same winner. Parker Howe, 2 for 2 so far. Maxwell and Walter Camp Award winner. That's 2 for 2 for Parker Howe. Here's where we get to names I'm going to mispronounce, and I'm sure it's going to get clipped. Also, before we continue, we're doing interviews. I see people in the Discord. So I will be pulling people to do some interviews later after we get through the awards. Anyway, oh boy, this is the Benerick Award. Benerick Award. Finalists: App State for strong safety Tyler Gunter, Central Oklahoma right outside linebacker Zach Spilliam, and Jacksonville State free safety Old McWaddle are your finalists. And the winner of that award is Tyler Gunter from App State. He wins his first award of the night. Second defensive award, the Nagaruski Award, App State Tyler Gunter, Central Oklahoma Zach Spilliam are the two finalists again, and this time Blake Woods from Jacksonville State also on there, left outside linebacker, and Tyler Gunter wins again. He wins that award as well. The O'Brien Award, we have a new finalist now. Parker Howard-Maines and Jason Hoffman from Central Arkansas and Jacksonville State. Montana quarterback Keenan Kepler joins as a finalist. However, Parker Howard wins his third award of the night. He wins the O'Brien Award along with the Walter Camp and Maxwell Award. All right, the Walker Award. Finalists are Will Smith, Chris Kidd, and Michael Taylor from Central Arkansas, Montana, and Jacksonville State. Winner of the Walker Award is Will Smith. So Central Arkansas dominating award so far as we continue on the night. The Blitnikoff Award. Jacksonville State's got two finalists, Gavin Stokes and Camden Robinson. Lake Erie also joins it with Marcus Ioannidis. Winner of the Blitnikoff Award is Gavin Stokes from Jacksonville State. So Jacksonville State gets on the board. The Mackey Award winner is tight end from Jacksonville State, Marcus Xavier. Montana tight end Ron Burgundy, and Space Force tight end Jalen Benoit. Winner of the Mackey Award is Marcus Xavier. So Jacksonville State gets two awards in a row. The Outland Award, Jacksonville State's got two finalists, Big Chungus and Cliff Adams, the left tackle and center. Montana also has a finalist, Jake Draste, the left tackle, and he is the winner. Jake Draste takes the Outland Award for, I assume, the best offensive lineman. The Remington Award finalists are Jacob Thompson, center from Oklahoma, Jacksonville State, Cliff Adams, and Montana, Justin Phillips. And the winner of the Remington Award is Jacksonville State center, Cliff Adams. So they get their third award of the night. Lombardi Award has Central Oklahoma has two finalists, Emmanuel Edgar and Marquise Henry, a defensive tackle and left end. UConn also has a defensive tackle, Adam Wasp, as a finalist. The Lombardi Award winner is Adam Wasp from UConn. They get on the board for the first time tonight. All right, final page before we go to the ones we voted on, which I might save for later. We might do interviews first before we get to the real awards. Butkus Award winner. Central Oklahoma has another finalist, right outside linebacker Zach Spilliam. Jacksonville State's got a left outside linebacker Blake Woods. And Northwest Missouri State's got right outside linebacker Daniel Johnson. Winner of the Butkus Award winner is Zach Spilliam from Central Oklahoma. So they get on the board for the first time tonight. Thorpe Award winner. App State has a Tyler Gunter on there once again as a finalist. He has won two awards so far. Looking for his third. Jacksonville State free safety Old McWaddle there, as well as Montana strong safety Caesar Hillian. Winner of the Thorpe Award is Tyler Gunter from App State, his third award of the night. All right. The Groza Award, best kicker in the league. App State Heisman nominee from App State, DeMonte Zimmerman. Central Arkansas kicker George Newton and Central Oklahoma kicker John Smith are their finalists. Winner of the Groza Award is DeMonte Zimmerman from Appalachian State. So they get another award of the night. The Guy Award, I don't know if you want to win this one. This is best punter, which means you punted a lot. Anyway, finalists are Jacksonville State punter Elijah Summerhill, Lake Erie Justin Philpotts, and Montana Demetrius Wedfoot. Winner of the Guy Award, Elijah Summerhill from Jacksonville State. All right. The final in-game award of the night, Blake, I don't know what we're doing with your camera there. I don't like how personal close I feel to you right now. But that's okay. Blake is like in my area. I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, the Jet Award, best returner of the season. Finalists, Georgetown halfback Thomas Bell, their first finalist of the night. Jacksonville State Gavin Stokes, a wide receiver. And Northwest Missouri State receiver Liam Healy are the three finalists. The winner of the Jet Award is Northwest Missouri State receiver Liam Healy. And that is all the in-game awards we have. I've got the last four later. We will save those for later. We are going to do some interviews, though. So if you have a preference, you can put in head coach chat who wants to go first. Doesn't matter to me at all. I'll drag you in. If you don't want to be interviewed at all, then we don't have to do it, I guess. So I'll wait for that. We do got breaking news, though. I guess I should probably do this for breaking news. I'm ready to announce who's taking over the Upper Iowa job for Season 4. The new head coach of the Upper Iowa Peacocks, or maybe won't be the Upper Iowa Peacocks. I think they're rebranding. Rumors around is going to be Coach Martin, former Jacksonville State and App State coordinator, now currently the UCO. He is going to be the head coach next season for Upper Iowa. Shocked, I know everyone assumed it was going to be him. It wasn't really a surprise. He's there. He's actually got a suit and tie on. You guys need to be better. The rest of you need to figure it out. He's the only one that is up there with me, even though I threw this together in like 10 minutes. Anyway, we are going to do interviews. I didn't see anyone in head coach chat say anything. I know Martin wants to interview, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We are going to set up and get my headset on. We are going to do that while I get this set up. We're going to get Martin. Martin, you can jump in broadcast. You can hear me. Or I can drag, you can drag in team one. I can drag you in as well. But yeah, that is going to be what we do. We're going to interview Martin real quick. And then we'll get going with the rest of the interviewees. Martin. There he is. We're going to go back to here. And where are you, Martin? Martin, go to team one real quick, and I'll drag you in where we need to go. All right, Coach Martin, just announced your new head coach at Upper Iowa, or as it says on there, there's a question mark because, you are rebranding. We'll put it out there. But, thoughts on becoming a head coach in the league now?
Excited for another opportunity. Had a great time at JSU, and this opportunity came along, and just really excited to actually take full control of the team and see what we can do.
So, you've kind of seen what Upper Iowa's got. Any thoughts on the program currently, and what are your kind of steps moving forward?
Sure. I got to take an early look, and the program is kind of in shambles. Is kind of the most respectful way I can put it. 2 recruits signed. So we've got a class of 2, which is the lowest out of any school, period, in the game. However, it is a 5-star and a 3-star, and the coaches that I have hired and I have gotten together, and we've tried to put together at least a respectful class here for the off season. So along those lines, I've gone ahead and hired Mart as my offensive coordinator. And I've hired 3 assistant coaches, that being Zell, Trey, and we've got Pete as an AC. And so we're looking to fill in our defensive coordinator spot, but no moves will probably be made until seasons start to end here.
All right. Well, you're currently on UCO. I don't know how much longer you'll stay on there because historically, when we announce coaching moves, that's usually the end of your current tenure, but we'll see how that unfolds. Martin, any last comments you want to say before we move on?
Absolutely. So with our recruiting board the way it is, we are going to be hosting open tryouts for our walk-ons. So if you've got names you'd like to submit and positions, I would love to take a look at them, and you will be on the team next season for sure.
All right. Well, Martin, thank you for interviewing, and we'll see you next season as a head coach now.
Absolutely.
Let me grab Bucky. He is the next coach we are interviewing. There is Bucky and all of his glory right there. Bucky, if you can hear me, you can jump in broadcast if you would like, or I can drag you in here. There's Bucky. All right, Coach Bucky.
Wait, I gotta pause stream. Okay, wait, I'm back. Okay. I'm ready.
Coach Bucky, 6-3 Central Arkansas. You went major conference championship, won tied for the division. No, you won the division outright. You were the home team. Kind of your thoughts on how you improved from season 3. You were 2-6 or 2-5, in that season, the regular season. Now you're 6-2 before you lost in the division championship. Kind of talk about the progressions you made.
Most of the problem last year was that I couldn't be there for any of the games. I was suspended. And I mean, once I was there, we put up a lot better of a fight. But it's all been about switching out coordinators and like finding people that like you could trust. Kepler and Nisbo have been amazing coordinators for me. And like I don't want to take all the credit for anything because we've really done it as a team. Like all these scrims, Kepler being on controller, really doing really well at listening and calling plays and stuff, and Nismo doing great on defense. It's been a really good collective effort for us, and I'm glad to see that we improved this much in a year that was supposed to be a down year for us.
All right, and like I said, you made a division championship game. Not all the teams have made that. It's a good feat. Your second appearance, you lost. You played your same team back to back. Hard to beat them back to back in general. What you kind of take for that on a potential playoff run should you get in tonight?
If we're in, we're going to give it our all. I mean, we may have lost the division championship. I feel like our resume is really good. I feel like our team is solid enough. I would say we have the Heisman on our team, but we'll see in about 10 minutes probably. But I think we can make a run. I feel like anybody can beat anybody this year. It's pretty fair league. Just gotta hope that Parker can get it done.
All right. Your cam is delayed. I think that's just whatever.
Yeah, it's delayed. It's
fine.
So bad.
It might be my end. Like I said, I literally got back in like an hour and set this up 15 minutes.
It's because I'm on Pacific time. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. Last question. I asked you this on Thursday after the game. Kind of was, I don't know how to put this. You were. Let's just put it. You were mad. You lost. It happens. Now that you kind of calmed down, looked at it. Why should Central Rockville be in tonight? What's the reason? Why do you think Central Rockville's shot at the national championship?
Our only losses are to three different teams that, I've been pretty good this season. I mean, we beat them as well. So I feel like that loss is just like, that kind of sucks for us. But I mean, we only have 3 losses. UCO is probably going to get a bye. JSU has been one of the most elite offenses. We've had a really great season. Our record shows it, and I feel like we deserve a chance to go dancing, even if we're in the friggin' 6th seed. I don't really care because, like I said before, it seems like all teams are pretty equal this season, so it doesn't matter what seed we are. We're going to go out there and try our best.
All right, Bucky. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight, and we might see you this week for a game.
We'll see. Thank you, Gerald.
All right. Next interview will be John. I'm pretty sure John also has access to this. So, John, if you can hear me, you can also move yourself in here for your interview. Then we will have Barack after that, and then Orf will be next after that as well. Get this set up. All right. Is he in here? John, I could drag you in if you need me to. All right, John. We are here. 6-2 season, kind of similar path to Central Arkansas. In a sense, you missed last season, you improved this season. That being said, you were the first team out last year. Now you're most likely in. Kind of take me through that process, improving your team to be just comfortably in the playoffs.
It's been a great season for us. We started off on fire. I think 3-1 around there, and we slowed down in the middle of the season with losses to Space Force in Montana. But at the end, we did clutch up pretty well against UIU and had a big victory over UConn. And I think we should be a top 2 seed. If we're not a top 2 seed, we'll beat whoever we play this week and survive and advance, just like NC State did this week.
That is the next question. For Bucky and them, it's why should you be in? For you, you're comfortably in. So my question is, why should you be a top 2 seed? Why should you not play this week and be 1 game away from the national championship? Oh boy, I saw a sheet pop up.
No, I was just putting a white screen on.
Okay.
I'm weird like that. I want to be able to be seen when I'm talking. Well, we deserve a 2 seed because we won. We won 6 games. That's probably the only reason why we deserve to have a 2 seed.
Okay, at the same time...
We crushed UConn. At
the same time, 4 teams won 6 games.
All right. Well, dude, that is great for those 4 teams.
So,
I mean, I just don't think that they're on our level. So
okay.
hopefully the AI or the computer poll just touches us a bit. I'll allow them to.
All right, Lake Erie says comment. Are we ready to go?
All right, am I good to go?
Yeah, you're good. Good luck
Thank you.
tonight, and we'll see you whenever we play.
Good luck to you guys too,
Yeah,
man. I hope we're
appreciate
the 2 and 1 seed together, man.
That'd be great. That'd be great. All right, that was. We need Jar next time. Jar, you're gonna be the rep for that Lake Erie next season. All right, Barack, you can hop in the chats.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Hello. All right, let me get this set up. All right. All right, Barack. Space Force first season. You were the head coach of Miami in season 2. Took a break, came back, and led your team to 5 wins in arguably the toughest division we had this season. So, what did you kind of learn from season 2? You went 1-6, and how did you kind of take that with a worse overall team to a 5-3 record?
So I basically learned that I'm not good at offense. I'm not good at offense in any way. So I needed an offensive coordinator that was going to be there. And that's kind of why I ended up hiring TD, because I love the man to death. I'm going to drag him a little bit here, but he's on like damn near all the time. So I kind of needed somebody who's going to be here all the time.
That's fair. All right. So, you have a Heisman finalist, Nicholas Copernicus. Why should he be the Heisman winner when I announce it later?
Dual threat athlete. He was an absolute. He led our team in rushing yards, and then he was able to sling it when we needed him to. Come back against Montana. He was the reason why we came back. Stuff like that. He was clutch. He wasn't. He was the reason why we won games at times. Sometimes it was the defense, but most of the time it was Nicholas Copernicus, and he was the most valuable asset on our team, hands down.
All right, and entering final week or I guess division championship week, you guys were rooting for Central Arkansas to pull it out. They didn't. So now the question is, why should Space Force be in over Central Arkansas when it's announced tonight?
I mean, we lost 3 games: UCO, Jack State, and Montana. All of them are going to be in the top 4. I think that overall, we ended up winning some pretty damn good games. We were close against Jacksonville State. We were close against... Actually, all 3 of our losses were close. So I don't think that there's many of those games that really we really truly did not deserve a win. We were just close, and it just ultimately did not fall our way. One of those, if we play 10 times, it might be a 5-5 kind of matchup. I think that we deserve to be in playoffs. I think that we've played our asses off this season. I think that we really deserve to be in there. No shade to Central Arkansas. They did good, but I think our strength of record and might end up getting us here.
All right. Well, good luck tonight. Appreciate you doing this, and I'll talk to you later if we need to.
All right.
All right. See ya.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Coach Orff will be the next one. I know he does not have access to this. I am pretty certain. So I'll have to drag him in here. And I think Parr said he wanted to do one, so he will be after Orff if he actually wants to. He does not have to, since, the season that they had. So it's completely up to him. I'm going to drag Orff in here. All right, Coach Orff. First season as a head coach. He spent three seasons at Georgetown. Season started off rough, and you won 2 of your last 3. Kind of talk me through that. What kind of changed in those last weeks to beat the number 1 team pretty handily?
Really, the most obvious answer is the hiring of Coach Mason. Really took over the offense and just uses a style that is very effective.
All right. Well, so first season as head coach, 3-5. What did you kind of learn this season? You and Space Force kind of the same boat. You were significantly outmatched based on overalls compared to the other teams that have spent 3 or 4 seasons. What did you kind of learn, and what are you going to apply that to next season?
learned that being a head coach is tough. I didn't think it was going to be easy, but I really thought being a coordinator and being the one to call plays most of the time uh was the biggest struggle. But I learned quickly that that wasn't the case.
All right. Well, you wanted the bowl game. Kind of already figured out who you're going to play. I I don't want to announce that till later, but sending you to what do we call it? I think Bahamas or Hawaii. It's somewhere over there. What can you take away from playing a extra game, a bowl game that in reality doesn't mean a whole lot? But what can you plan to next season?
Well, just get some more momentum towards next season. Even though our last game was a big momentum shift, it's really a just get everyone going this way into the season and just work off of that.
All right, Orf. Well, thank you for doing this, and I'll talk to you later, potentially whenever I see you for your bowl game.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Pars, if you want to, you can join. If not, then don't join. This might be a 30-second interview, depending on how Pars does this. Oh no, as far as in here. I'm gonna set this up. He doesn't have to join though. Oh, there he is. All right, Pars.
Listen, all right? My face is red, and it's not because I'm mad, but it's because I ran a 5K yesterday. Now, listen here, all right? We suck, all right? We are this season's, whatever Bucky said last year, playoffs. What even are there? We're 2-5, all right? I was barely even there even when I was there, all right? I didn't make any time for this. Screw everyone who beat us. Next season, CDM's a god. What's up, Caleb?
Well, I guess the only question I have is, are you going to keep an offensive coordinator for more than 5 games?
Breaking news, everyone I have is coming back.
Okay. So Nitro and Big Daddy are your coordinators, and your defensive coordinator really Nitro's not your coordinator?
It is Jason.
Jason, I'm sorry. I get this mixed up all the time. Jason and Big Daddy, but your defensive coordinator kind of proved himself late in the season, held UCO to 10, was the main reason you all were in games late. What did you see out of him? You gave him an extension. What did you see out of him late in the season that made you want to do that?
So, it's hard, and you don't know this because you have WAD. It's hard when you don't trust people calling plays, and I went through that a lot this season, even when I missed 2 games. But I really trust Liam, Big Daddy, whatever you want to call him. It's funny to call every play, to figure things out. I put him in horrible situations where the defense was so tired and the other team was hot, and they would just run it up. And it is what it is. It's my fault. But he deserves an extension. And Jason, he was there for 2 games, but he learned so much. Like with me and Zach and everyone else on staff helping him. He learned so much over those last 2 games that I trust him to call every single play next season. He just learns the defense inside and out, can see it on the field before we even go out there. He's ready.
I don't really have a whole lot of other questions.
No, that's it.
You did sign up for a bowl game. You've made it very clear who you want your opponent to be.
If UConn doesn't play an SU, we're out.
All right, well, you're gonna, yeah. So I don't really have any questions for you. Do you have any other statements or?
I miss you, Caleb. I wish I was hosting this with you, but you never invited me, so it's kind of rude. We're not friends, but I'll see you later.
All right, you know what? We're rivals, Pars. We can't do that anymore.
Hey, 2-0 in the playoffs, baby. Let's go.
Hey, listen, we're 2-0 not in the playoffs, so. All right. I don't know if anyone else wants to do that. What is Blake doing? What is Blake doing? He's just outside. What is he doing? This is the last call. If anyone else wants to hop in, they can. If not, I will move on to the rest of the awards and bowl games and playoffs. While I'm waiting, I do have some news. A rule change is coming to RFCL, it does affect the playoffs beginning season 5 and beyond. For those that were in Gridiron, you remember the concept of a play-in game. I don't know what we're doing between Blake and Bucky, but whatever. Anyway, a play-in game is coming into the RFCL beginning season 5. There are requirements you have to meet for that said play-in game to trigger, just like they were in Gridiron. So, the 7th seed or 7th ranked team will have the opportunity to get in the playoffs as a play-in team. The requirements being you have to be within the score of 0.045 on the computer poll, and you must have 5 or more wins to trigger a play-in game. If you don't meet either of those, it's not happening. For example, I'll tell you right now, it would not have happened this year. That's how rare it's going to be. That's how close it has to be for a play-in game to happen. Well, I don't think anyone else wants to join us, so that is it for interviews. We might have some post-interview ones unless Blake's going to join here for whatever reason. I don't think he is. I don't know what he's doing. He's just... Anyway, last 4 awards. We are going to start with the Commentator of the Year award, and guys, I'm going to be honest, this was an award I thought I was actually going to win, and it was a blowout. Okay, so finalists for Commentator of the Year were Bucky, myself, and the Monday Night Football crew with Monarch and Nicotine, and Nicotine and Monarch ran away with it. It wasn't even close. I think they had like triple the amount of votes that any of us had. So Commentators of the Year is Nicotine and Monarch. Unsurprising to really anyone. I think they got 45 points, and the next closest was myself with like 15. So anyway, Coordinator of the Year. Finalist for that was Central Arkansas Offensive Coordinator Coach Kepler, Lake Erie Defensive Coordinator Coach Core, and Lake Erie Offensive Coordinator Coach Jara. Winner of the Coordinator of the Year in Season 4 is Coach Core. Barely edged out Coach Kepler. It was a 1-vote victory over Coach Core or Coach Kepler. So Coach Core gets that one done. I really don't know what Blake's doing, but it's weird. Anyway, Coach of the Year. Only 2 finalists for this one. Jacksonville State head coach Coach Gage leading his team to a 6-2 record, and Space Force head coach Coach Brock a 5-3 record in his first season with Space Force. Winner of the Coach of the Year, it wasn't even close. Coach Barack won it by a mile. He is your Season 4 Coach of the Year. Blake obviously displeased with not being a finalist for that. Blake actually got no votes. Blake did not get a single vote for Coach of the Year. So I'll leave you with that. Final award, and then it's time to unveil the brackets. The Heisman Trophy Award. Finalists: Central Arkansas quarterback Parker Howell, Jacksonville State wide receiver Gavin Stokes, Space Force quarterback Nicholas Copernicus. Winner of the Season 4 Heisman Trophy Award is Central Arkansas quarterback Parker Howell. In his final season in the league, he gets it done. And that's all the awards. All 4 pages of the awards are done. I don't need that anymore. It's time for the brackets. I have a DM from Martin. What would he like? Music is playing. How much of that did you guys even hear? I'm going to be honest. How much of that did you guys even hear? Were you able to hear it, or was it too loud? I assume you guys will be able to hear it. Anyway, music is off now. That one's on me. I'm not redoing all of it unless you guys couldn't hear it. You guys couldn't hear any of that? Second in the Heisman was, honestly, I don't even remember. It really was not close. Parker Howell won by, I think Gavin Stokes got second. It went like Parker Howell 45, Gavin Stokes 19, Copernicus 16. Okay, you guys can hear it. That being said, it's time. It is time for the bracket to be revealed. One last look at the group of coaches. We got 9 of them, and we will unveil the field of 6 at the one. Actually, I got a bracket for you. So, 4 teams for 2 byes. Here are the brackets. Here are the breakdowns. UCO 6-3, 4-0 in top 3 games, beating 3 different number 2 teams. And Montana, there's no ranking for that game because you don't know what it is. Worst loss is Georgetown. And the only difference UCO's got between the rest of the 3 is they are the only one to make and win the division championship. Montana also 6-3, 1-0 in the top 3 games like Lake Erie and Jacksonville State. Best wins was against Erie and Space Force. They do not have a bad loss, and they also lost in the division championship. Lake Erie, Jacksonville State, both 6-2. Both did not make the division championship. Best wins for Lake Erie was for UCO and number 1 Northwest Missouri State to open the season. And Jacksonville State's worst loss, they have 3 big best wins. Number 2 UCO to open the season. Central Arkansas and Space Force, and their worst loss is Northwestern State. All right. One last look. Here are the coaches. Here's the teams. At the number 1 spot, heading to Birmingham, Alabama, facing the winner of the 4-5, is Central Oklahoma. They win the division championship. They get in. New thing added, +3. So UCO was number 4 going to division championship, jumped 3 spots to number 1, and they get a first-round bye, heading to Birmingham, facing the winner of 4-5. All right, like I said, you can see +3, so now you will know where they were going into last week. At number 2, the last first-round bye is Montana. So they lose the division championship. They stay a first-round bye. They only drop a spot. Montana stays at 2, gets a first-round bye. They were number 1 heading into last week, and they get a first-round bye. So the Central Frontier gets a 1-2, and they get a first-round bye in both. All right. At number 3. This is going to be fun. At number 3, hosting the first round of 3-6, is Jacksonville State. They're number 3. They were number 3 last week. They hold strong. No movement for Jacksonville State. They're number 3 heading into the playoffs. They're going to face the number 6 seed whenever that gets revealed. All right, number 4, hosting the final first-round game at their home stadium, Lake Erie 6-2. They dropped 2 spots from last week, and that should tell you how close it was. Lake Erie was number 2 between those top 4 teams. They fall 2 spots with UCO jumps. Jacksonville State, for whatever reason, got more coaching points from the division championship week compared to this week. Anyway, Lake Erie gets the final first-round hosting game. At number 5, heading to Ohio to face Lake Erie, is the winner of the Capital Southwest Division Championship, Northwest Missouri State. Rematch of Week 1. They were number 7 heading into Division Championship Week. They jumped Central Arkansas and are heading back to Lake Erie to play them. I'm sure Kearnsey would love a victory and revenge game they get from Week 1. And the final spots between between Space Force and Central Arkansas is the Central Arkansas Bears. They lose the division championship. They fall a spot, but they are in and heading to Jacksonville, Alabama to have the right to face Montana in the second rounds. And for the first time ever, first 2 out because I wanted to show this. At number 7, officially losing out because Northwest Missouri State stole a bid. Space Force gets in. They fall a spot from 6-7, 5-3 record. And for those that didn't think this would happen, our 2 new teams are 7-8. Northwestern State did not change going into from the last 2 weeks. Those are your 7-8 teams. That is your field of 6. Lake Erie versus Northwest Missouri State is Tuesday night. Jacksonville State, Central Arkansas, Thursday night. And that is your brackets. Bowl games. This is where it gets fun. We had 1 team opt out. Appalachian State not. App State decided not to be in a bowl game, so they're out. Which means we had to replace a team. And that team will be announced momentarily. I got to make sure I get all my stuff right. All right, in the RFCL Sunshine Bowl, a rematch of rivals who did not actually play this season, but they don't like each other. Upper Iowa and Georgetown sneak gets one last shot at Georgetown to try to get a win before the season. Georgetown with Coach Sugar tries to defend, how I don't even know. This is the game where they do not like each other. That is bowl game number 1 in Florida. We send 2 teams semi-north down to Florida. The Winter Brawl. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to the RFCL Beach. What did I call this? Beach Classic. This is a new bowl game this year. You already know who's going to be in it. Number 8, Northwestern State hosts UConn, a 2-6-3-5 matchup. That is the RFCL Beach Classic. That game is in Hawaii. There's your bowl game for that. Your final bowl game. There's a reason we announced Coach Martin tonight. Because App State opted out in the RFCL Winter Brawl, Space Force is going to face the new UIU staff in a battle of semi-new teams. So Coach Martin will get to put his test against Barack and Space Force with Upper Iowa's roster. They're going to take Upper Iowa's roster. I'm going to apply the rebrand, and they're going to play 2 games basically. But Coach Martin's staff gets shot at Space Force, and that's all we got. That is it. That was a 42-minute long selection show. I know Coach John wanted to do a post interview. So John, if you want to, you can hop in the VC, and we can have a chat about what we saw there. All right, is John in here? All right, John. Fell to number 4. You were number 2 going into Division Championship week.
That's totally fine with me.
Okay.
Honestly.
Thoughts overall? You get a rematch of week number 1, which you won. Both
Two
teams.
rematches. Yeah.
Well, you have a 100% confirmed first rematch with Northwestern State from week 1.
Yeah.
If you win that, you actually play your first 2 games of the season, ironically enough, back-to-back weeks. So, yeah, I mean, thoughts. Jacksonville State somehow jumped you. I don't really know how to explain that. I don't know what the coaches wanted to vote for from last week compared to this week. But, you're number 4, no first-round bye as a 6-2 team.
Dude, I honestly, I understand the computer polls. When I saw that original graphic, I'm like, okay, so we don't have many top 3 wins. We beat teams that, were eventually in the top 3. Like you guys, we beat you guys, but you guys weren't in the top 3 at the time. That's kind of what screwed us there. When you guys beat teams, they were in the top 2 at the time. For us, it just didn't happen that way, and that's what happens in this league. Sucks to suck for us, but if we're gonna get shafted, we're gonna just have to stick it right back in their shaft,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what else I'm gonna ask you here. You get to host a game, at the very minimum.
You get to host a game?
Yeah, it's at your stadium. So
Yes.
Home field advantage for Lake Erie in the playoffs, for round 1. That is. But yeah, first game of the season you won 10-3. But like I said, both teams have changed drastically from that game. What are you kind of expecting from the Bearcats when they show up on Tuesday?
I'm expecting them to complain, like a lot. I'm just kidding. By the way, it's a joke. I know that they want to see that.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
No, I'm expecting us to come out, have a defensive battle. Hopefully we can get some of our offense going, but I know that their defense is amazing, just like ours, and I'm hoping that we can both have a little battle there, man. I hope it's low scoring, because that's where we feel comfortable, and that's also where they feel comfortable. But I feel like that if we can get in that low scoring game, we'll be able to pull something off if we're slightly ahead the entire time.
I don't have any other questions for you. We will see you Tuesday night, though, for first game of the first round. So good luck in that. We'll see you in a couple days.
Dude, thank you. See you.
All right, guys. That's all I got for the playoff selection show. 45 minutes long. This has got to be the longest one we've ever done. But yeah, I don't have any questions. Jar, to answer your question. In reality, the only difference was coach voting. I mean, that's the only thing that changed. Your number went down compared to last week. Montana and Jacksonville State kind of evened out their votes. UCO obviously got more. That was the only difference. But for that, appreciate you guys watching. All the coaches that appeared, all 7 of you, or 8 of you, that showed up. Appreciate that. Oh no. Yes, Blake. Blake, if you want a word, join the VC. I'm still sitting here. You can. You want me to drag you in here? Is that what you wanted me to do? You can join. I know you got permission to this channel. Regardless, I don't really know what Blake wants. Let's just do this. We're gonna drag Blake in here. Blake, if you want a word, here's your opportunity. You gotta unmute your mic first. You're still muted. You muted on your phone. Come on, Blake. We can figure out how to press the unmute button. How are we gonna get a first round bye? We can't press the unmute.
All right. We're here. Here we go. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone that just counted us out this year. Saying we were an easy dub and all that. Just screw you, and that's all I got.
Well then, okay. There's Blake for you. That's it. That's all we've got. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, Northwest Missouri State at Lake Erie Tuesday nights. Central Arkansas at Jacksonville State on Thursday, and then whatever happens this week, we'll schedule we pushed for next week for the teams with the first round bye. That's all I got. Appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you for the playoff games on Tuesday.